Okay, now we're recording. Thank you for being here, Lattia Baker. And I've just been sharing with you that I felt like I've known you because I've been following you and I love what your work is about, but we've never actually properly spoken. So I'm looking forward to this talk as much as everybody else. So I'm going to hand over straight over to you to get stuck in. Give me a shout if you need anything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Eleanor. Okay, so welcome to my talk today. I'm so grateful to be invited by Eleanor to speak in her Rethink Work showcase. And so today I'm going to talk with everyone and I'm going to share a little bit about a philosophy that I have come up with. It's called Master the Heal. And Master the Heal is a leadership philosophy for positive impact. So are you ready to be inspired, my friends? Let me share something with you. As an avid believer in the quote, great leadership inspires greatness in others, I am thrilled to share with you today a concept that I developed entitled Master the Heal and how it emphasizes the role of leadership in inspiring and uplifting others. But before we dive in, let me introduce myself and share my own heal journey with you. In the year 2020, during the global pandemic, I decided to take on a new challenge after having worked for over 23 years in the United States federal government to become a woman-owned entrepreneur, showing up as a professional leadership coach and consultant. I founded my consulting firm, TIA Consulting Group, also known as Think Innovation Always, to help both organizations and individuals find more meaningful purpose in their work by encouraging them to think outside the box and make impactful professional transformation with how they contribute and show up in the workplace. And you might be wondering what has inspired me to make this career shift from government leader to private consultant. Throughout my federal career, I invested heavily in my professional development, which allowed me to take control of my career path and manage continuous promotions year by year, which came with increased responsibilities. But while being promoted was great, I started to feel as though the higher the leadership role, the more I was becoming less connected to driving hard results at the expense of my staff's workplace burnout. What I started to notice was that the command and control leadership style of the 20th century had become ingrained in me through numerous leadership development courses that had become outdated and impersonal in a manner that no longer resonated with me. So in the year 2020, when the world started to experience an unprecedented global pandemic, which also coincided with the awakening of a global socialist conscious awareness and an intentional social justice push for authentic diversity, equity, and inclusion to show up in the workplace in a meaningful and consistent way, I decided it was important for me to use my voice and leadership intellect to design a workforce model that would truly inspire everyone to show up in the workplace as their best authentic self. Now, I have been able to share my message and impactful leadership because of my exposure to a variety of government, corporate, and nonprofit cultures, which has provided me with more than enough experience to help shape my innovative professional workplace recommendations as a leadership consultant. I've been inspired by great leadership examples such as Stephen R. Covey, whose leadership philosophy, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, has left an imprint on how important empathy is to positive leadership. I'm excited to share with you today the Master the Heal concept, which is a demonstration of my years of hard work, perseverance, and the courage it took to further my leadership journey. I like to think that anything positive is always possible in the workplace, and I hope that my journey up the hill motivates you to pursue your professional passions that can make a difference in your own career. So let's get started, my friends. Let's take your leadership skills to new heights with Master the Heal. I'm going to talk to you first about what exactly is Master the Hill. Master the Hill is a leadership philosophy for positive impact. It's a thoughtful, curated leadership philosophy that centers around a Hill principle, which stands for humanity influences living leadership. Humanity influences living leadership. This philosophy is grounded in the idea that everyone in the workplace has the potential to be a positive influencer and leader. It is a practical approach that can be applied to all members of the workforce who are interested in showing up as their authentic best selves to create positive engagement that inspires the workforce for the better. The Hill Principle is not just another set of buzzwords or vague concept. It's a tangible framework for leaderships that emphasizes personal accountability, empathy, communication, and continuous growth. In this discussion, we will explore the key tenets of the Hill philosophy and how they can be applied in the workplace to create a culture of positive leadership and collaboration. I feel as though whether you are a manager, team leader, or an individual contributor, the Hill philosophy has something to offer. It is a leadership approach that recognizes the importance of every individual's role in contributing to a healthy and productive workplace. So let's discover how we can master the Hill for a positive impact in our workplace and beyond. What is the Hill Principle? Well, I'm happy to share that the Hill Principle, humanity influences living leadership, is a conscious step towards self-reflection and personal accountability for how you decide to contribute yourself and your workforce talents in a positive, uplifting way that adds continuous value and contributes to a healthy, balanced work experience. The Hill represents core values of philosophy that we should take a closer look at. Let's start with humanity. The first component of the Hill, humanity, which refers to the recognition of everyone's unique perspective, experiences, and potential. In the Hill philosophy, leaders are encouraged to embrace empathy and understanding in their interactions with others. By recognizing the value of humanity in each person in the workplace, leaders can create a culture of respect, trust, and inclusivity. Let's talk about influences. The second component of the Hill, which acknowledges the impact that individuals have on those around them. The Hill philosophy emphasizes the importance of personal accountability and self-reflection in how we choose to interact with others. By recognizing how our influences are taking responsibility for our actions, we can create a positive and productive work environment. Living. The third component of the Hill, which refers to the active participation and engagement of each individual in the workplace. In the Hill philosophy, everyone is encouraged to take ownership of their own work and contribute to the organization's goals and missions. But by living out our own values and contributing to our best selves to our work, we can experience a culture of excellence and achievement. Leadership, which is the last and final element of the Hill, the final component of the Hill. It emphasizes the importance of leadership at all levels of the organization. In the Hill philosophy, leadership is not just limited to those with titles or positions of authority. Instead, it is recognized that every individual has the potential to be a positive influencer and leader. By embracing personal accountability and leading by example, we can inspire others to do the same and create a culture of positive leadership. The Hill Principle is a leadership philosophy that emphasizes personal accountability, empathy, and active participation in the workplace. I like to feel that by recognizing the humanity of each individual, We acknowledge our influences, we live out our values, and we embrace leadership at all levels. When we do this, we create a positive and productive work environment that benefits everyone. In the Hill philosophy, personal accountability is a crucial element of leadership. It means by embracing personal accountability, we can create a culture of trust and respect where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute their best. We also believe that, well, I also believe in the Hill model that every human being is responsible for leadership in some aspect of their life, whether it is in their personal or professional relationships. How we show up for work, we bring our whole selves, including our inherent humanity. And this means embracing embracing that every individual has something to contribute and everyone has the potential to make a positive impact. It also means that acknowledging that leadership is not just about being in charge. I mean, so often we hold the responsibility of leadership at the top, but in the Hill model, leadership is at all aspects of every work position, every work title, every individual, and how they should take ownership of their own actions and attitudes, and how it recognizes how taking ownership for your own action and experiences impacts everyone around you. The whole goal is to be right in the moment and be present with how you are showing up in the workspace. You might be wondering, how can you apply the Hill principles in your workspace on a day-to-day basis? And so I'm going to explain that to you a little bit more. Now that we understand the Hill principle and how everyone is responsible for the Hill, how it shows up in the workspace is one of these essential aspects of the Hill is self-reflection, which involves taking the time to think about how you interact with others in the workplace. When we recognize our strengths and weaknesses, we can make changes that will help us become better leaders, better people, better citizens in society. The Hill is not just for the workplace. It's actually a philosophy that can inspire and impact your personal life as well. Self-reflection is one of the essential aspects of the Hill because it involves taking the time to think about how we interact with others in a workplace, how we communicate, how we approach tasks, how we deal with challenges. Self-reflection allows us to recognize our strengths and our weaknesses and make changes that will help us become better people. By reflecting on our own actions and attitudes, we can identify areas for improvement and work towards become more productive and effective and impactful employees, colleagues, team members, and leaders. With the Hill, we also want to lead by example. Leadership in the Hill philosophy is, like I said, not just limited to a title or a position. It applies to everyone in the workplace, regardless of your rank or job function. Leading by example means that we demonstrate the qualities we expect of others. It means we embody the values of integrity, respect, and accountability, and we inspire others to do the same. By modeling positive behavior, we can create a culture of trust and respect where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute their best. Communication is essential in everything that we do. Effective communication is the key to any successful team or organization. In the Hill philosophy, communication is about more than just conveying information. It's about building relationships and understanding the perspective of others. When we communicate with empathy and active listening, we create a space where people feel heard and valued. Good communication skills also include the ability to give and receive feedback constructively, which is essential for personal and professional growth. Collaboration. Collaboration is the connector. Another aspect of the Hill philosophy is collaboration, which is the connector. In particular, because collaboration involves working together towards common goals, sharing ideas, and respecting others' contributions. Collaboration requires a willingness to compromise, it has flexibility, and it is a focus on the bigger picture. By collaborating effectively, we can tap into the strengths of each team members and achieve more than we could if we tried to do it by ourselves. Continuous learning and growth. That is the final philosophy that ties together the Hill framework, which emphasizes the importance of constantly growing and learning. As professionals, we should be open to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. We should seek out opportunities to expand our knowledge and skills, and we should encourage our team members to do the same. By investing in our own growth and development, we can inspire others to do the same, creating a culture of lifelong learning and growth. Applying the Hill principle in the workplace requires a commitment to personal accountability, continuous learning, and positive leadership behaviors. By practicing self-reflection, leading by example, communicating effectively, collaborating, and investing in our own growth and development, we can create a positive work environment that fosters creativity, innovation, and productivity. You might be wondering, what are the benefits of the Hill philosophy? We've talked about how we can implement it, but what exactly are the benefits? The Hill philosophy can help us create a positive work environment that fosters creativity, innovation, and productivity. It can also improve our relationship with colleagues and superiors, making us better collaborators and team players. When we show up as our best selves in the workplace, we can make positive impact, not only on ourselves, but also on our colleagues and the organization as a whole. We do this through improved communications, which emphasize the importance of personal accountability and recognizing our impact on others. This means that we are more likely to communicate effectively and openly with our colleagues, leading to better relationships and improved collaborations. Increased productivity. When we embrace personal accountability and show up as our best selves, we are most likely to be more productive and contribute positively to an organization. By taking ownership of our own work and actively engaging in the workplace, we can increase our effectiveness and contribute to the success of the organization. This is one of the things that I like: enhance creativity and innovation. The Hill philosophy recognizes the importance of valuing the humanity of each individual in the workplace. By recognizing and valuing the unique perspectives, experiences, and potential of our colleagues, we can create a culture of inclusivity and respect that fosters creativity and innovation. Improved relationships. When we embrace personal accountability and show up as our best selves, we are most likely to build strong relationships with our colleagues and superiors. By communicating effectively, collaborating openly, and showing empathy and understanding, we can build trust and respect that leads to stronger relationships and a more positive work environment. When we embrace the Hill philosophy and show up as our best selves, we can make a positive impact that not only benefits ourselves, but it benefits everyone around us. The Hill philosophy has numerous benefits, as we can see, to help create positive work environment experiences. It creates a culture of inclusivity. It promotes diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. And it just enhances the overall work environment that promotes more accountability and more empowerment. I would like to end my talk by restating that the Hill Principle is a very, very powerful philosophy and tool for leadership in the workplace. I designed it after having experienced it so many different workplace leadership life challenges, some positive, some not so positive. And what it did, it helped me to realize that what was constant and what was needed in the workplace was that individuals every day make an intentional commitment to show up as their best selves, to show up under an impression of considering very actively and engaged, how is my humanity influencing how I live leadership and show up in the workplace? The Hill Principle recognizes that leadership is not just about formal titles or positions. Instead, I want everyone to know that everyone has the potential to be a positive influencer and a leader in their own way. When we embrace the Hill philosophy, this means that we can create a culture of trust and respect that empowers every member of the team to take ownership of their work and contribute their unique talents and perspectives. I encourage you to start applying the Hill Principle in your workplace today. Take time for self-reflection, recognize your impact on others, and embrace personal accountability. By doing so, you can create a workplace culture that benefits everyone and leads to personal and professional growth. Remember, we can all become great leaders and inspire positive change in those around us. All we have to do is master the Hill. I want to thank you for joining me today for this discussion on the Hill Principles. I hope that this has been informative and inspiring, and I look forward to our next conversation when I am invited back to rethink the workforce show.